All right, general math, we have some truth statements, some conjunctions, disjunctions, and negations today. We're going to start in the top left corner of your notes. Just some simple math equations. We're just going to see if they're true statements or false statements. So we have 1 plus 3 equals 4. That'd be a true statement, whereas an example of a false statement would be 6 minus 3 is 1. Obviously, that's not true, so it would be a false statement. Conjunction, if you remember from our last section, we had ands and ors, we had intersections and unions. A conjunction is kind of like an intersection, so it'd almost be like that upside down U, but in this case, our symbol is actually kind of this upside down caret. Similar idea, but both have to be true. So if we say 1 plus 3 equals 4 and 5 minus 3 equals 2, this must be true and that must be true. So this part must be true and this part must be true for the whole conjunction to be true. So A and B, that's how we would read it. In this case, both of these would be true, so the whole conjunction would be true. A disjunction would be or, so that's like our U. So we had the upside down U up here for and then we had the U for union. That's or, like one or the other or both. So here we have 1 plus 3 equals 4. That's true. Or we could have 6 minus 3 equals 1. That's false, but since this is true and this is false, we just had to have one or the other or both. It's like this or that is true. Kind of the English up here helps you read them, A or B. The negation just takes a sentence or a statement and it makes it the opposite of that. So the moon is a planet. We call this statement M. We're just calling it a random name. Statement M, the moon is a planet. The negation, that's this little tilde thing, the negation of M, so the negation of this statement would be the moon is not a planet. What do we see here? It's just the negation. We just put in not. So it's not a planet. It's the opposite of a planet. We're going to identify if it's a conjunction, disjunction, or negation. Indian Oil plays Lincoln, and the game is Friday. So since we have an and in the middle of this sentence, it'd be a conjunction. There's our upside down caret. Kind of looks like an A for and. You go to school or you go to work. Disjunction, one or the other, right? Here we have an if-then statement. So if you go to work, then you get paid. So an if-then statement, we consider in math, it's a conjunction. So it has to be A and B. If you go to work, then you get paid. It's like an imaginary and is in there. But just look for your keywords if and then. I did not go to the game. Let's say A is I did go to the game. So then this would be I did not go to the game. That would be the negation of A. Here they give us an example. X is less than 9. The negation of x is less than 9 would be x is greater than or equal to 9. Because if we're saying that x is less than 9, what's the opposite of that? Well, it can be greater than 9 or it can be equal to 9, and that's the exact opposite of being less than 9. Same kind of idea here. If we have 7x plus 11y is greater than or equal to 77, the negation of greater than or equal to would just be less than. And then we're moving some symbols into words. So we have P or V, right? Because it's the disjunction. It's almost like an upside down U for union, one or the other. Not P and Q. Not P, but we have not, and then we have parentheses P or Q. So when this happens, we kind of distribute the negation and we flip the sign. So it's not P and not Q. You have to flip this sign right here. It's tricky. So then this one would be the opposite. So it would be not P or, because we're flipping the sign, not Q. And then just some negations of sentence, like keywords in sentences. If the original sentence says all do this, the negation would be some. If it's some do this, the negation would be nobody does it or none. And if it's none, then it's some. This kind of gets wordy in example or quiz problems. So if you write them down, just reference them. Same thing with just like the particular stuff up here. If you just write it down, that'll help you kind of pick through the wordiness of it.